Hey guys, Nika coming at you with another weekly garden update. Today's February 23rd, and we're going to be planting today. We're planting turnips and some collard and mustard greens. We're going to prune some plants, and we're planting some seedlings indoors. Let's get started. Okay guys, so I finally transplanted this rose. Okay guys, so I like to put this steer manure. I get this steer manure at Home Depot. It's good fertilizer. Okay guys, it's February 23rd and we're gonna plant these turnips. Purple top, white globe. I love these turnips. They go great in collard greens, any kind of greens, soups. Planting depth, 1/4 to 1/2 inch. Plant spacing 4 to 6 inches apart. Days of germination is 9 to 10 days. Direct sow and full sun. So let's plant some of these turnips. This is what the seed looks like right there. All right. I'm just going to cast that seed out there like that. Now let's just put some dirt on top. And then all we have to do is mark them. All right, guys, turnips are planted. Okay, guys, so let's plant this broccoli that I got. And if you look on the back, it says days till germination, 75 to 85 days. Planting depth, 1/4 inch. Spacing about a foot. We're going to do a little less than that. Days of germination is 7 to 14 days. And start indoors 3 to 4 weeks before first frost. That's before first frost. Okay, so they take the full sun. That must be for the fall. I'm going to try to plant them in here. So 1/4 inch, let's just put them like spaced apart like this. One in the middle. 1/4 inch. And let's see if that works. So I'm going to put 2 seeds in each hole. And cover them up, and then we'll check them in about a week on our weekly garden update. Okay, we're going to plant mustard greens and collard greens in this container. One side collards and one side mustard. And they're both container friendly. Look. Says container friendly. These ones take 40 days to harvest. These ones are 65 days. Both plant in February in this zone, in zone 7. Takes about, doesn't tell germination date. Let's see. Plants emerge in about 10 to 21 days. Right there, that's where it says that. Okay. So you can plant them in a 12-inch container. These ones are a little bigger. We're going to plant half collards and half mustard greens. So these are what the collard greens look like. And we're just going to spread them around just like that on this half. And we're going to plant the mustard greens. I can feel a seed in there. And here's what the mustard greens look like. Very similar. And we're just going to spread those around. Supposed to plant them a 1/4 inch deep, thin 18 inch. So we put a few in there. Now we're just gonna put some dirt on top just to cover the seed. All right, got our collards. And now I'm just gonna label them and water and fertilize. I had bought these LED grow lights for indoors. I'm gonna start some seeds indoors, especially my broccoli. It's time to do that. And so let me just show you what comes in the box and how to set it up. And if you watch my videos, I'll keep you updated on the progress of how well these lights do. I have a heated mat too, but let's see what's in these lights. Okay, so let's see what comes in with this. Okay, so these are grow lights, and I bought them because they have this clamp on there. And I can clamp them to a shelf that I have. And it came with a 2-way light. It's a full spectrum light. And I'll have to set it up so you can see it. But it comes with 2 lights that are adjustable. And they can be bent and separated. So it has this remote control here. So we're probably going to put it at 9 hours. And then you want some dark time for these seedlings too. Okay guys, so I clamped this to a shelf that I have right above my counter. This is where I have to start these seeds. And then I just kind of coiled it. And you want to make sure that the lights are pointing down. And then I plugged it in. Okay guys, so I have these trays. I get them, they're super sprouters. I'll leave a link in the description box below. I actually bought this at this store that I go to, but I'll find one online. That way if you want to buy one, you can find one. And then I have a heated mat. And it's a little crinkled. I have this heated mat. It'll straighten out after I put it in. And it's an iPower seed starter heat mat. That's pretty cool. They put the instructions on here. Let's see. This heat mat is for household indoor use only. Remove heat mat from plastic. Place your heat mat away from water and keep out of direct sunlight. Place near electrical outlet. Prior to placing your seed starter tray on the heat mat, be sure to water your starter mix or starter pellets. Your mix or pellets should be dark brown and fully expanded in the cells. Sow 2 to 3 seeds per cell and plug in the cord of the heat mat to begin the seed starting process. First seeds germinate. Prop your greenhouse dome open about 1.5 inch. When half of the tray has germinated seedlings, remove the greenhouse dome and unplug your heat mat and remove the tray from it. This appliance has a polarized plug. Okay, I also have this thing, and it'll tell you when it's heating, when it's on. You set it to a certain temperature, and then you put this in one of your plants, and it'll keep it at a certain temperature. So guys, I do have pellets that I'll use, but I like to use these rapid root starters. These things are amazing. They're already expanded. They have great for soil and hydroponics, and rapid root starter. I use these for like my broccolis, things that I have trouble starting them to grow. I also use these. I use these little containers. So, and I have trouble growing broccoli. I just do, and that's what I bought these for. We're just going to put one in each. They'll expand more once we put some water in this tray. This is what the broccoli seed looks like. Pour a little bit of those in there. And we're going to put 2 in each one of these. So you just stick them in there as far down as you can. Okay guys, so I have this broccoli planted. Now we're just going to put this heating mat under here and straighten it out a little bit. It'll straighten out more over time. And then I'm going to plug this into this heat monitor. Just plug it in here. So I have the mat plugged in. And then I'm going to stick this lead right in there. Plug the plug into the wall socket. Let's see, this came on. All right, I have this set at 80 degrees and it's heating. I'm just going to put this to the side here. Okay guys, now I'm just going to take this pitcher and fill this tray up with water. And I have this little lead right there, so it's monitoring how hot those seeds are getting. And these seeds should start sprouting. Let's see, they said in 7 to 10 days. And then we'll transplant them outside. So let's put this dome on top. And they have these little vents up here. Let's just put some vents because it might get a little hot in there. So I adjusted the vents. Let's put this directly under this light. All right, there we go, guys. That's our setup. All right, guys, so we are going to put this and mark these broccoli. I also planted some broccoli outside. I direct sowed them, just testing to see if that'll work. All right, guys, so we have our parsley, our sage, and oregano planted in here. Okay, guys, so I'm going to put my sage in here. I'm going to put my parsley in here. And we're going to put the oregano in here. So we got all of those planted. It's February 22nd, guys. And we have started our indoor transplants. Look, guys, you can see that water just absorbing up into that container. So you don't have to water them once you put them in here. They'll just absorb the water up through the container through those holes. So guys, look, I planted this broccoli probably about 3 days ago and it's already sprouting. So we are getting broccoli, guys. The parsley hasn't started, nor these other herbs have started, but the broccoli definitely has started. Look, guys, my broccoli is really growing. It's only been about 5 days since I planted this. And look at them. I'll be able to transplant those really soon outside. This little terrarium hookup with the heated mat really works. Okay, guys, so this is my blueberry plant, Blueberry Legacy, and it wants full sun, so it has to get at least 6+ hours every day, especially in the springtime. Now, see how those leaves, they're turning a funny color? We don't want that. And these will do that in the fall. So now that it's early spring, we want to clip these. Clip these all the way back. There's still plenty of greenery in there. Let's just clip this down and let it start some new We're also going to add some, we want to get this acidic, so we're either going to add some sulfur or some pine needles to this. We also can add some peat moss to this. So let's measure this and see what the pH balance is. Okay guys, so I have this 3-in-1 moisture meter. It measures the moistness, the light, and the pH balance. And it's saying that it has the pH balance. See, if I push this to moist, it's moist. It has plenty of light. But the pH balance is alkaline, and we want it acidic. Right in that 6 to 7 range. So we're gonna dig this dirt out. Okay guys, so we're gonna put this peat moss around this. This will help, as it says, this will help retain moisture to protect against under and overwatering. So we're gonna put this peat moss in there. I'm just gonna put the whole bag all around these roots, just so it'll retain that water. I also found this soil acidifier. It's organic, for organic gardening. It lowers the pH. And here it says, for 1 pound, put 2 cups. Recommended using gardening gloves. I just put some regular gloves on there. Sorry for the noise, I have a noisy neighbor. So it's made for hydrangeas and blueberries. Applied in the spring to lower pH for new plants. Use 1 1/4 cups for established plants, 2 1/2 cups. Spread evenly around the plant to drip line and water well. Repeat 60 days interval. Potted plants, add 1 teaspoon for each 4 inches of diameter. So we only need 1 teaspoon, it says. I might put about 1/4 cup in there. Let's see what it looks like. That's what it looks like. Let's put just like about half of this. So that's 1/4 cup, because this is a half of a cup. So we'll put about that much in there. We can always add more, and I have that meter, so that'll tell us if we're on point. And I'm going to add some of this dirt back in there, just because otherwise this peat moss is going to blow away. So we added this, and then I'm going to water it really well, and hopefully this will help it get more acidic. All right guys, hopefully that helps our blueberries. Okay guys, so I planted these pots last week. Nothing's coming up in the onions. The carrots are not coming up. I do see a little one right there that's just sprouted. So there's a little bit of activity with my carrots, but not all the way. These are the peas. They're not sprouted yet. Potatoes aren't sprouted yet. But look at my radishes. They're starting to come in. And I just planted those last week. So I'm getting a lot of activity with these radishes this week. And I'm getting a little bit of asparagus coming up. So guys, in the 505, it's a very arid, so we water about every other day. In the springtime and in the summertime, we water every day. So guys, this is a great little staging area, especially for your spring crops, because it still gets a little cold. And this concrete right here will retain the heat. Even in freezing temperatures, it'll stay a little warmer on this spot. And it's been dipping down to about 29 degrees. But I really wanted to get these root vegetables planted. This area gets the morning sun, the southern exposure. So that's why I start my plants here. And then I can move them throughout the yard as the weather changes. Okay, guys. So it's February 27th. That's my weekly garden update. I'll keep you posted and I'll see you on the next video. Have a wonderful day. Bye.